Hey, what is going on, guys? 2.Sports15 here, and today we have another episode of the Toronto Blue Jays franchise here in MLB 13, the show. So we're simulating through the division series. I decided to just simulate unless it went to Game 5, and right here you can see we win the first two, lose the third, and then win the fourth. So we're going to be taking on Detroit in the ALCS. You can see we're just setting up our pitching rotations so that we can get our aces going in the first three matches. We got David Price going in the first one against Verlander, then Waka against Greinke. We get the loss there after winning game 1. Josh Johnson against Anibal Sanchez in game 3. We pick up the victory there. And then game 5 was Shelby Miller against somebody else. I forget who that was, but here we go. We're going to be getting into game 5. We have a 3-1 series lead, and it should be a very good matchup. We can head to the World Series if we get a victory here in game 5, and it would give us a chance to win the series at home. If we lose this game, we head to Detroit. So a couple things that I had to mention before we get started. First off, you can see that Jameson Taillon is going to be pitching for us. He won the Rookie of the Year this year, and hopefully he can have a good start here in Game 5 up against Doug Fister. So the one thing that I have to talk about is we're going to be wrapping this series up after year 3, and obviously we're in the playoffs right now, so that means we're coming to the end of this. So I want to keep some MLB on my channel. I don't know in which way. There's a bunch of different things we can do. I want to have one series that's going to take us from the end of this series up until the start of MLB 14, the show. So you guys can decide. It could be a road to the show, it could be a fantasy draft franchise, could be a different franchise with a different team, could be like historic rosters or anything, but it's just gonna be like maybe 1 to 2 episodes a week. It's not going to be uploaded as frequently as this series, but it's just gonna be still in there so we can talk about some MLB trades and stuff. But I want to keep some MLB on my channel because it's one of my more popular series. This series is one of my more popular series, and then once we get to MLB 14, the show, I'm going to try and wrap up a bunch of other series so we can go really hard with MLB 14, the show, on next gen. That is something that I'm really excited for. Next gen MLB 14, the show. If you guys have not seen the stuff on that, it's very cool. But right here you can see a double play turned right there. We don't have one of the better defenders in the MLB at second base in Brandon Phillips because he was injured for the rest of the season. And you can see we have Miguel Sano in there. He's still very good defensively, and you can check out our roster, our lineup right there, and hopefully we can get this victory here against Doug Fister. He's making his first start of the playoffs, as well as Jameson Taillon made his first career playoff start in this game actually. So 0-2 count here, and we're going to get a ground out here. That's going to be a flip and a turn, and that'll be the second double play of this game, and I believe it's only the second inning. So to the top of the third now, J.J. Hardy up with 1-2 count, and we're going to get him going down with the changeup, and that will be strike 3. So he goes down with the strikeout. But right here, Yoenis Cespedes, newly acquired at the trade deadline, here up in the bottom of the third. First pitch swinging, Doug Fister gives him a fastball up high, and he's going to send this one deep left field. Andy Dirks back at the wall. He jumps, and he's going to try and make the catch, but is way out of his reach into the Jays bullpen, and we take a 1-0 lead here in Game 5. To start off here, early in this ballgame, we take a 1-0 lead. Very nice start, and Doug Fister obviously upset about that one. But Yoenis Cespedes, one of the more powerful guys in the MLB. He obviously won the home run derby in real life this past season, and he has lots of power. After that home run, we take the 1-0 lead. Miguel Sano would be up next, but we head to the top of the fourth. Miguel Cabrera, who won the MVP for the 3rd straight season in this, I believe, and he's going to get a base hit past the diving shortstop Jose Reyes. So with the runner on first base now and Prince Fielder up, 2-1 count, he is going to turn on this one, and it's going to be deep left field, and that one is going to stay fair, and it is gone. That one reaches the second deck as Prince Fielder gives the Detroit Tigers a 2-1 lead, puts them on top, and he's had a very good series. I know I simulated them after I went back and checked the box scores and everything. He's had a very good series, and that'll give the Detroit Tigers the 2-1 lead here, and we really need to come back here after that home run with some good pitching, and we obviously need to put some runs on the board after that to make it a closer game. Bottom of the fourth now, Brett Lawrie up with a 1-1 count. He's going to turn on one, deep center field. Quentin Berry back at the track, and he runs out of room. He's going to jump up again, and it'll just be out of his reach there. To the deepest part of the ballpark, Brett Lawrie goes deep, and that will tie this ball game up at 2-2. Brett Lawrie with a nice piece of hitting there, sending that one to center field, and sending it right back where it came from and into the stands out in center field. But a nice piece of hitting there for Brett Lawrie. That'll tie this game up, and hopefully we can make something out of that. I believe Jose Bautista would come up next. We'll see. Jose Bautista up in the bottom of the fourth with 1 out, 1-1 count. He's going to send this ball down the left field line. It's going to get past the third baseman. Andy Dirks comes up throwing. He doesn't have one of the better arms in the MLB, but still, if he tried that to go to second base there, any MLBer could throw him out there. With 1 out and Encarnacion up, he's going to get a base hit into left field, and with a little bobble there in left field by Andy Dirks, Bautista's able to make his way into third base. So with runners on the corners now, 1 out, Joe Mauer's going to stroke a base hit into left field. Andy Dirks comes up with a throw, throws it into the cut. No chance to throw Bautista to the plate because he was on third base, and that will put us on top 3-2 now. J.J. Hardy's going to start them off in the top of the fifth with a base hit to center field. Trout's going to have to come up quick with this one, and he does get it into second base in time to hold him to a single. So with Shane Victorino up now, and we're going to get a flip and a turn here, and that is going to be not in time. Shane Victorino is going to make it to second base after Philip Hatfield missed that one at first base. He would be credited with the error. So with the runner on second base now, we're going to get Quentin Berry looking on the two-seamer, and that one just caught the inside of the plate. Benefit of the doubt for Jameson Taillon, I guess, because he's a little bit more popular player in the MLB. Obviously, the most popular players are usually the Rookie of the Year candidates, but right there, they're going to get a base hit up the middle. That'll score a run for them. They'll tie the game up at 3-3 with the run on first base now, and Miguel Cabrera up, MVP award winner, and you knew this was going to happen at some point. With Miguel Cabrera up, he's going to go deep into the seats over the Jays bullpen, and that will give them the 2-run lead. It is now 5-3 for the Detroit Tigers, and you knew this was going to happen at some point because he was leading the league in average, home runs, and RBIs this year. I believe he did win the Triple Crown once again. He's a very good hitter, and you knew that at some point he was going to go deep because everybody, if you're the top player in the MLB, you're probably going to go deep in a series at one point. But right here, Philip Hatfield up with a 3-0 count. He gets the green light. He's going to send this ball into left field, gets past Andy Dirks, and he doesn't have crazy speed. If like that was Rajai Davis or something, probably could have got 3 there. But he's going to go into second with a stand-up double. Now Brett Lawrie up. He's going to line this one. That could have made it into the gap, but J.J. Hardy's going to take extra bases away from Brett Lawrie, and that takes an RBI away from him. Brad Lincoln comes in. He hasn't pitched too well in this series, but in the regular season, he was one of our better relievers. He's going to get Alex Avila down on that curveball. That'll be strike 3, and that will be a very nice pitch there for strike 3. You can see the 6th inning report after we did get out of that inning with Brad Lincoln. So 5-3 lead for the Detroit Tigers. They have 7 hits to our 6. We have that 1 error with Philip Hatfield at first base missing that one. Brett Cecil's going to come in relief after Brad Lincoln was pitching the 6th, or he's going to come in for the 7th. 3-2 count, and he's going to get a base hit into right field just past the diving Miguel Sano, and we throw it into first, but well late. With the run on first now, and Quentin Berry up, he's going to ground this ball to second base, onto short, and back onto first. Tailor-made double play with Quentin Berry's great speed. That had to be tailor-made hard hit ball, and it was, and we flipped it and turned for 2. I believe that was our 3rd double play of the game. A lot of double plays in this game for the Blue Jays, but right here you can see we're going to get a base hit down the left field line with Yoenis Cespedes. That would bring up Philip Hatfield up with 2 outs and a runner on first base. 1-0 count, and Doug Fister still in the game. Philip Hatfield drives this ball deep left center field, and this one, it will just stay in the ballpark off the top of the wall. Run will easily score after the runner did take off from first base on the pitch, and he will easily score. Joe Thatcher comes in relief with the run on second base and 1 out. The top of the order would be coming up after Philip Hatfield is the 9th hitter. Jose Reyes is just going to pop out into center field. Pretty easy, lazy fly ball. Quentin Berry makes the catch, and that will do it for that half inning. Jesse Crane comes in. He was a deadline acquisition, as well as Yoenis Cespedes. He's going to come in. He has not yet to give up a run in 2 innings and 2 appearances in the playoffs. top of the 8th, we get Prince Fielder to ground out into the shift. Very nice positioning there, and that will pretty much do it for the 8th. To the 9th, Casey Jansen is going to come in after we didn't have anything going. In the bottom of the 8th, we need to shut down half inning here, and then we need to pick up the sticks here in the bottom of the 9th. 2-2 count to J.J. Hardy. He goes down on the curveball, and that'll be strike 3, and that will get us the 2nd out of the inning. Casey Jansen still on the hill here with 2 outs, and Shane Victorino up. 0-1 count. He is going to ground this one to shortstop. Jose Reyes makes a strong throw over to first base. Philip Hatfield with a nice scoop and just gets him in time. Very nice play there on both ends. Bruce Rondon comes in. He has 2 saves in these playoffs with only an inning and a third work and 0 ERA. So Bruce Rondon, very good closer in this game after 2 years of improvement. But with 1 out, he's going to drive this ball deep with Joe Mauer. Deep left field. This could tie it, but Andy Dirks brings that one in on the warning track, and that'll be the 2nd out of the inning. Yoenis Cespedes comes up with a fresh count. First pitch swinging. This one is deep. Right field. Victorino back, and that ball is gone into the Tigers bullpen, and that will give us a tie ball game here in the late innings. Cespedes' 2nd home run of the game. Bruce Rondon gives up his 1st run of the playoffs, and obviously the biggest one here in game 5 when we tie this game up, and that could pretty much end it for the Tigers if we can put on 1 more run here. We still have 1 more out. Miguel Sano up. He has the power to send this ball to the ballpark, but Rondon catches him with the 100-mile-an-hour running fastball, backdoors him, and that'll do it for that half inning. We skip all the way to the 12th. It went into the 12th. Sergio Santos in. He's 1-0 in the playoffs with a 3.38 ERA through 2.5 innings, 2 2/3 innings. Sorry, 3-2 count to Shane Victorino. He's gonna get walked on the 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and that will give them a base runner here. Victorino still very fast, and with runners on 1st and 2nd now, and they're gonna bunt this ball. It's gonna go all the way to Brett Lawrie. Makes the play at 2nd base to keep the double play in order. Very nice play there by Brett Lawrie, and now we can have the middle back with corners in, and Chris Calabo up now. He's gonna get a hole. That was a very nice line shot to 3rd base, but Brett Lawrie takes away extra bases and an RBI there. Prince Fielder up. We threw a couple pitches to him, but with a 2-0 count, we couldn't risk it. We have an extra spot there, and we would intentionally walk him to load the bases after Miguel Cabrera would be in the next spot, I believe, but he was pinch run for earlier in the game. The person who was supposed to be in his spot grounds out to the pitcher, and that will do it for the top half of the 12th. To the bottom half, 3-2 count, 1 out for Miguel Sano, who's going to drive this ball deep left field, and it will just stay in the ballpark off the top of the wall. Miguel Sano is going to need to get on his horse. He just barely gets in there to 2nd base. A good throw would have gotten him. Pinch runner comes in. Arendandez. He comes in to pinch run. He can also play 2nd base. That's why we did not bring in Rajai Davis. Philip Hatfield up. Fresh count, 1 out with the runner on 2nd base. Game-winning run out there. He's going to get a base hit into right field. Shane Victorino comes up throwing, and no need to test the arm after he hoses that one to the plate. Luckily, we did stay at 3rd base. So runners on the corners now for Jose Reyes. He can end it here off Fernando Rodney. A ground ball to shortstop. They make the double play attempt, but he is safe at 1st base, and that will end the ALCS. The Blue Jays are headed to the World Series for 3 straight years, trying to win it for back-to-back years, and the ALCS championship is the Toronto Blue Jays for the 3rd straight year. Very, very good series, and we end up beating the Detroit Tigers in 5 games, and very, very interesting way to end the game. They decided to play the middle back and corners in, and it really didn't work out, especially because Jose Reyes is one of our fastest runners. He's still very, very fast, even though he's a little bit older. Still a very fast player. Yoenis Cespedes gets the player of the game with those 2 bombs, and we're gonna have World Series coming up in the next episode. Should have that out as quick as possible, and don't forget to comment on what MLB series we should have once the series is done. So that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.